Yo, yo, yo. Welcome into the top of the bleachers. It's what is it, November the 5th, 2024, and we are live. Tuck, what is up, man? Happy Tuesday? Tuesday.
Election day.
Election day. That's right. I'm going to vote right if we get off of here.
Wait till the last minute, just like everything else.
And I had to weigh my options. Took me a minute. Took me a minute to weigh my options.
Yeah, I think everybody knows how you were going to vote about 4 months ago.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. There's other things on the ballot besides the president, just so you know.
Yeah,
There's other
yeah.
stuff on there. No, I'm a procrastinator for sure. This is how I Christmas shop too. Christmas Eve, midnight,
I know.
Walmart, wherever. That's what I'm
That's
doing.
that's why I always end up with like windshield wipers from you and stuff
It,
like that.
it ain't right. When you get a good one, when you get a good present, when I actually think ahead, I get you something. Then you get a really something. Usually get something pretty good, like a championship belt or something like that. You get something
Yeah.
good like that. But otherwise, no, you're probably getting a card, a book, a hat,
A book. Don't get me a
whatever,
book.
whatever I can find on Walmart for under $20.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get me a book. Don't need a book.
You don't like books?
I'll if it was an audio book, I might listen to it.
Reading is fundamental, they say.
I read. I just don't read books. I read articles and crap like
Me
that.
too. Me too. I don't read a whole lot actually. I watch a lot of stuff. Um, what'd you do last night? Did you watch basketball? You watched the football game last night.
I watched Tampa Bay and the Chiefs until it was over, and then I flipped over and watched the end of Ohio State, Texas, and then I went to bed. There was another ball game coming on, and I was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I know. What the hell, NCAA? Let's put the best marquee,
Mhm.
biggest matchup of the game. Let's start that at 10 o'clock at night
Yeah, yeah,
on opening night.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, on a Monday. It's not even like it was a Friday or a Saturday night or anything. It's on a Monday. You know,
no, I know it's rough.
the average
Any
Joe got to work the next day.
Yeah, well, Gonzaga kicked the crap out of Baylor, so you did miss a whole lot. It was
Apparently, I missed a posterizing dunk, but other than that, that was about all I
yes, you
missed.
did. Mark Few put his kid in for some mop up duty, and Edgecombe decided to just dunk right on his head. Man, I mean,
Thanks, Dad. Thanks,
yeah,
Dad.
dad
Appreciate it.
moment of the year there, right?
No, I ended up watching the Chiefs and the Tampa Bay and Chiefs. It was a back and forth game, man. I think Tampa Bay actually might have had the lead at halftime. Uh, and then the Chiefs were up with I think it was like a minute 30 or something on the clock, and Baker takes them down the field, sticks it in the end zone,
Mm.
takes them into overtime, and then in overtime, Mahomes won the coin flip, and that was all she wrote. The Bucks were just worn out defensively. Kareem Hunt, man, they fed him up the middle. I bet you he had 25 carries last night,
Mm.
and I don't think they stopped him short of 5 yards every carry. I mean, that
They,
guy, if he wasn't getting at least five, something went wrong.
I saw it went to overtime, yeah, and Chiefs pulled it out, man. Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
mm.
I don't know.
I'm not surprised. I've had the Chiefs pick to win that game, so
Yeah. So now the big question is, will the Chiefs go undefeated?
I don't know. They
I
might.
was taking a look at I was taking a look at what they got left on their schedule. They got a pretty good chance of going undefeated.
I'm not
Now,
surprised.
the you know, to me, undefeated means you win the whole thing. Though you got to win the Super Bowl to go undefeated. It doesn't count if you like Patriots went undefeated during the regular season, but then old Eli and the helmet catch put them out of the Super Bowl, which was freaking hilarious.
Oh, Eli. Yeah, no. I the college basketball was on all day, bro. It started at 10 o'clock in the morning for
Yeah,
real, and so even while I was at work, I had games on around 5 o'clock or so, something like that. I watched about half of the Purdue game, and they looked pretty decent again.
Yeah, had 4 teams out the SEC drop it, man. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, they did. We had some upsets. UCF beat uh, South Carolina or A
Texas,
and M.
South
A and
Carolina.
M.
No, A&M. Yeah,
I got it on my
South
slide, one of my
Carolina get
slides.
yeah. South Carolina gets beat. Texas gets beat. There was another one in there too.
Missouri got beat
Missouri. Yeah,
by
Missouri.
Memphis. Of course, they were underdogs in that game, so I don't know if that's not really an upset. So
Not
uh,
an upset, but I mean, doesn't look good for the SEC.
no, it doesn't.
Start off with 4 losses. So
It's kind of rough open tonight. So I watched some of the Purdue game. I watched a little bit of the Kentucky game, and then the Lady Razorback game came on. I thought, all right, I'm gonna check them out, bro.
dude, they got beat by Fairfield.
This is
And
what I'm.
didn't just get beat by them, like got beat by a good 20 points or something like that.
And they're supposed to be a tournament team or whatever, I think. But
Fairfield is?
yeah, they're supposed to be. But they just did not look very good, man. Pretty rough. And then the Arkansas State Red Wolves game came on. I watched that game, and that went into overtime.
Yeah, A State ends up pulling that one out, I saw.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game, man. And Pinion had at least 4 3-pointers. And Ford looked pretty good. And they hit one at the buzzer that would have won it in a regulation. They hit one at the buzzer that would have won it, but the ball was right on the tip of his finger. Didn't get it off in time, so they had to play overtime. But that was a good game. And then let's see who else I watched. Then I watched some of that. I watched a little of that Texas Ohio State game a little bit, and then I watched. I flipped around all over the place, man. I was going back and forth between all the games, looking around, checking scores. And then I watched a lot of that Gonzaga Baylor game, but Gonzaga was like a well-oiled machine, man.
That
Khalif
was
Battle
on.
looked good. Khalif Battle looked good. He started.
They always do, man. They always look like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, they did, man. They looked good. But it was a good night of college basketball. And I got some slides to go through that we can look at here. It talks about some of that stuff. Or many things. And if we do all things, we cover NFL, NBA, NCAA. Man,
We cover what interests us.
we don't really cover anything. We talk about shit. How about that? Excuse my language. Anyway, first thing, man, Cowboys got him a new wide receiver in the before the trade deadline. There was a couple of trades went down today. Steelers picked up some guys. Jets traded Williams, their wide receiver. There was a couple went down here at the last wire, but this was the one I noticed.
Detroit ended up picking up that guy from the Browns to help with their pass rusher. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. He played for Green Bay for a while. He was good at Green Bay.
He's trying to fill in that hole that Hutchinson left. Is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. They need somebody. So
yeah.
Anyway, Cowboys made at least one move. Anyway. And then we just talked about the A-State game. It was good, man. Pinion played well. He's still sort of a liability on the defensive end, but
sort of a liability.
Sort of a little bit.
Well, it helps he's playing in the Sun Belt now.
But yeah, he's not nearly as. He looked good. He looked pretty good. So that was a good game. And then college basketball, some more college basketball stuff. So there's the college basketball report put out their top 10 games for this week 1 that we're going to watch. Obviously, number 1 was a tank of a game. So I guess they were wrong on that one. And the Texas Ohio State game is there, number 5 as well. But some good matchups here. North Carolina and Kansas play. Auburn and Houston play. Baylor and Arkansas play. Tennessee and Louisville. Some good games here. Arizona State, St. John. I think it's St. John's down there, I think.
Is that St. John's or is that USC? I can't tell.
Pretty sure St. John's.
Okay.
Pretty sure. And then Northwestern and Dayton down there, number 10. So some good games on this week. Of course, the
Yeah,
Razorbacks
but
play tomorrow
the
night.
Baylor raised the Baylor Arkansas game's not till the end of the week though, because we got Lipscomb or not Lipscomb. Yeah, Lipscomb first.
Yeah. Yeah, play Lipscomb tomorrow night, and then Saturday, Baylor and Arkansas play.
All right.
So games to look for. Then you got your schedule for tonight. Not a whole lot going on. BYU is a game I'd like to see. They've got Igor Dimon, overseas guy.
Ooh, Central Arkansas is playing BYU, man.
Yeah, playing Central Arkansas. That's BYU. I want to see them play. They're supposed to be decent, maybe decent this year. We'll see. They got a coach out of the NBA and got some pretty good transfers. And in that Kansas State game, kind of interested to see them play a little bit, just to see what they look like. But that's about it. Almost everybody played last night. I mean, last night there was, I don't know how many games there was yesterday. 100? I don't know, a bunch. But anyway, here's some games if you want to watch them tonight. There is some college basketball on, and I'm gonna try and watch that BYU game. If I don't get to watch it tonight, I'm gonna record it. Then you got your NBA schedule for tonight, and Orlando plays Indiana. Probably going to be checking in on those scores, see how that's going. Even though it's be a rough go without Paulo, man.
So Golden State's going to play Boston.
Mm-hmm. That should be a good game. Golden State's started off hot this year. You got let's see what else we got here. Oklahoma City and Denver. That should be a good game.
Okay, that's the Clippers. Philadelphia is playing the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Miami and Phoenix. That should be a good game.
yeah.
The
There's a
Knicks are
little bit of news coming out of Philadelphia, isn't there?
Oh yeah, I saw that when we were just getting on. You know, old Embiid got suspended for 3 games for shoving that reporter or media person or whoever they were.
Yeah, well,
So yeah, he got suspended.
it don't matter. I mean, he don't want to play anyway. He's already said he
Nah,
don't want to play. So I mean, 3
true,
games, he can just take him a little mini vacation there.
true, very true. But anyway, if you want to watch NBA, there's your NBA schedule. Some good stuff there. Memphis, I've been watching them play a little bit. Oh, Zach Edey looks pretty good, man. Yeah, man. I don't know if you heard, Michigan got a new potential quarterback, Dom Grady.
Okay.
Yeah. Does he look familiar?
I was up here reading the headline. I hadn't even looked at the picture, man. I hadn't even looked at the picture. Tom Grady.
Yeah, Dom Grady, new Michigan quarterback.
Man,
he's a
he
freshman.
He got to be a grad. He's got to be a grad student.
Yeah, grad student. Yeah, they added a grad student. Yeah, there you go.
He's a grad student.
I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
That sounded like something they'd try. Cheaters. Yeah, and it's some college football this week, man. We got some good matchups.
I'm taking the Hogs this week, man. Taking the Hogs this week.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the only week I take them too, probably. I don't even know if I'll take them over Louisiana Tech. Freaking suckers. Texas, Florida, Georgia, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vanderbilt. That's interesting. We're going to pick these games here in a minute.
There's a couple of good games this week that, I mean, have the potential for upset. That Michigan Indiana game.
That's going to be a highly watched game right there.
I tell you right now, that South Carolina Vandy game, that's one to watch. That's going to be a slobber knocker right there.
It should be.
And if I ever wanted the FSU of last year to show up, it's this week when you're playing Notre Dame. Can you please knock them out of my top 12 so I don't
Oh
have to
man,
talk about them anymore?
that's probably not gonna happen. I don't know why they're even on this thing. They're like 1-9 or something ridiculous.
Something ridiculous like that. Georgia, Ole Miss, that's going to be a good one.
Why is that one on here? Florida State stinks.
It's because it's Notre Dame, man. It's Notre Dame.
Oh my gosh, these suckers, man. Anyway, there's some big matchups this week. Here's some of the top ones, and we're gonna pick our SEC games here in a minute anyway. So, um, but yeah, OU, Missouri.
OU at Missouri, man. How you feel about that one?
Mm. Both those teams are dumpster fires, man. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. Is Cook playing? Is
I don't know
Brady
if
playing?
I don't know if Cook's back or not, man.
No, no. OU thinks they got it figured out. They had 1 week of good, good score some points. They got it figured out now. They're on the way back now. It's like, oh my gosh,
Well,
you
that's
guys.
good. It only took 3/4 of the season for them to figure it out.
Yeah, and it was Maine. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, it's not like or whoever it was. I don't even know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Maine. It was Maine or somebody like that. UMass or somebody like that.
You're
I
gonna
can't.
feel good about beating them. Come on, man.
Hey, you gotta take them when you can get them, brother. You gotta take them when you can get them.
I guess so. I guess so. Anyway, and then here's our SEC games for this week. We need to pick these. I gotta pull up the spreadsheet. I forgot to pull it all up a while ago. Our pick tracker here. Let's see how we did last week, because yeah, last week I went 5-2. You went 6-1. You got a 2-game lead on me for the year.
Dadgum hogs. Dadgum hogs. Dadgum hogs.
Yeah, well, I picked them too, and they bit me. So,
Well, everybody in the world expects me to pick them. You should have known better.
dude, I pick against them one time. Tennessee, they win the freaking game. That's the only time I pick against them all year.
Well, can you pick against them a little bit more because we
Well,
need some wins?
well, I will be picking in Texas when they play them, so maybe they'll upset them.
Boy, that'd be something else right there.
Not a whole lot of games, man, because you got buys and stuff going on all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the ladies at work was like, "We're on a bye. Didn't we just have a bye?" And I said, "Dadgum kids resting. I can't believe they got to rest. Freaking put them out there twice a week, if you tell me."
Yeah. Your records for the year, you're 58-20.
Yeah.
I'm 56-22.
Yeah.
Going into this week here. All right. First game up. The early game. Florida at number 5, Texas.
Give me Texas.
These may not take long to pick here.
A couple of them are going to, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Texas, man. Yeah, I'm picking them too. Florida just so inconsistent. Now, they've been playing better, but
they have been playing better. They've been playing a lot better, but
just not good enough to win. You know. Anyway, then we got number 2 Georgia at Ole Miss. Now, this could be good. At Ole Miss.
Yeah, at Ole Miss, I think Georgia's the better team.
Mm-hmm.
I think home field advantage could come into play, but I really see Georgia. I'm gonna take Georgia. I'm gonna take Georgia.
Taking Georgia, huh?
I'm gonna take Georgia. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Yeah. If Ole Miss beats them,
I think Jackson Dart's going to come out and throw darts all over the place.
well,
I
I
think
didn't
Ole
say
Miss gets the upset. I think Ole Miss gets the upset. I'm picking Ole Miss.
Okay. All right.
Besides, I'm 2 games behind. I got to catch you. Anyway,
Well, making
Yeah,
stupid picks ain't the way to do it.
it ain't stupid. Ole Miss is gonna win. They're gonna beat them.
Okay, man, whatever.
No, I am picking Ole Miss in that game. I was going to anyway. I think Georgia's. They're not the same Georgia of old.
Yeah, I know. They've got one loss. Sons of bitches.
They don't look. They don't pass the eye test. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Who
man.
who does?
Georgia don't. I mean, they look like a bunch of NFL
No,
dudes. That they
that's
don't.
that's what I'm
They
just saying. Like, who in the SEC does pass the eye test this year?
Texas.
Really, they got beat.
Yeah, but they pass the eye test every week.
I guess, man.
Georgia's just. I don't know. I'm taking Ole Miss. We'll see what happens. South Carolina at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt finally number 24. By the way, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah. I'm gonna take Vandy in this one, man.
Mm,
I'm gonna roll with the Commodores at home. I think that coach has got them playing outstanding.
yeah, I'm gonna take Vandy too, but
And don't get me
just like
wrong, I
only because
like yeah, I like South Carolina. I think they're actually a pretty good ball team. They just I don't know. I think this guy at Vandy has really got all of his kids bought in, and everybody seems to be playing
Pavia.
right. Yeah,
Oh, Pavia. They got good leadership.
yeah.
South Carolina's kind of inconsistent, but and they just come off a big win, right? So they could be not as jacked up as normal. I'll take Vanderbilt at home. Mississippi State at
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Poor Mississippi State, man.
Well, somebody had to be at the bottom. I'm just glad it's not us.
Here's a good one, man. Number 11 Alabama at number 14 LSU. This is interesting. This is at night in LSU. I'm
Yeah,
taking LSU.
you don't take LSU, huh?
I'm taking LSU at home at night.
Okay, here's my main question. All right. Let's say LSU wins and they beat Alabama and they give Alabama their third loss of the year. Third loss.
It's gonna happen.
Will we finally get Alabama to drop out of the damn top 25? What does it take? All right. Does it take four losses? Does it take they got to go 6-6 before they drop them out of the top 25? What do we got to do?
I don't know.
Give me the Tigers, man.
Okay.
Give me the Tigers.
Yeah, I think Alabama gets that third loss, man.
That'd be something.
Mm, that's gonna be a good game.
That is going to be a good game.
Alabama actually favored by 3. That's something.
And that right there would tick me off enough if I was an LSU. That's all. That would be enough for me just to play my butt off right there.
And then the last game, Oklahoma at Missouri.
This is probably the toughest game of the week to pick right here.
I kind of think that same way. Oklahoma, man, I don't know. They look like world beaters against Maine, you know. But it's Maine. I mean, hell, uh,
Oh,
Missouri's. Oh man, I haven't thought much of them all year, but they keep squeaking out these wins, and then they got a few losses in there, but
uh,
still.
Missouri comes down to Brady Cook, man. If Brady for the little bit of time that Brady has not been on the field, they do not look that good.
Let's see if we can find out if he's playing.
Their whole offense runs through him. So
Let's
I don't
see.
know, man. I don't know who to take at this. It's at Missouri. OU they just don't look good.
Cook has been given no official availability designation. Those will
You
be
know
made
what?
public until Wednesday evening.
You know what? I got a 2-game lead, so what the hell? Boomer Sooner, give me the Sooners, man. What the heck?
Oh man, bro, it's
You
Mizzou.
you gonna take the Tigers?
It's always gonna be Mizzou. I
Uh-huh.
don't care who the coach is. I don't care what year it is.
Uh-huh.
Give me Oklahoma.
Let me ask you a question. Missouri wins this ball game. Okay, if Missouri wins this,
Let's not be
that's
negative.
it. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just wondering about something.
Okay.
Missouri beats OU. Am I
Mm-hmm.
going to get like a total meltdown like I got over Sam Pittman and the Ole Miss game when this one's over?
Mm, you never know. Open for discussion. I'll put it that way. How about that? I don't know, man. I mean, I've told you this before. The buyouts to, I think it's 44 million or something ridiculous. They just paid the man. They just paid the man. You can't go firing him. But
Why did they pay him that much?
oh, because he's been winning before now,
How long's he been there?
just a couple of years.
Have y'all made the college football playoff?
No,
Why did you pay him all that money?
because I don't know. He went 10-2 probably.
Uh, It
Let me
just
see here.
it befuddles me, man. I just don't get it. I don't get why these coaches are getting like they gave Hugh Freeze a crap ton of money to come to Auburn, and
Yeah,
now they're going to have to give him a crap ton of money to get him to go away from Auburn.
I know.
it's
How
just
long is
like
that?
it's just like them giving that 200 million or however much it was to that McDaniel kid who
Mm.
coaches the Dolphins, and then they turn around and suck this year. Why are you giving people these big ass contracts, especially coaches? Like, I know this sounds weird or maybe like too extreme or something, but coaches ought to be on a 1 year contract. I mean, honestly, coach ought to be on a 1 year contract, year to
What?
year. Shoot, man. Unless he's winning championships for you. If he's winning championships for you, well, then, yeah, sign him up for a multi-year deal. But if he ain't winning championships, why are you giving him a 5 year deal? You think he's not going to suck as bad 5 years from now?
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense, man. They end up having to do these buyouts and get rid of these guys.
I
It
don't know.
just, yeah, I think it's
Okay,
ridiculous.
here you go. His first year, he's this is his third year. Okay,
Okay.
first year he went 6-7.
Oh yeah, 44 million. That sounds like 44
Right.
million.
Year two, he went 10-3, and they paid the man.
And they paid him 44 million for 10 and 3
They
at
paid him more than
6 and
that. That's
7.
just the buyout. That's just the buyout. I don't know what his contract was for.
Yeah.
That's just if they want to fire him. If I remember it correctly, it was 44 million or something like that.
For 6 and 7 and 10 and 3, he got a $44 million buyout.
He did,
Wow. Okay.
and now he's 5-4 this year.
He's 5 and 4.
Fired the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Because it was his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know about this guy.
I just don't.
I don't know, man.
I mean, they did the same thing at Alabama. I bet you they gave that old DeBoe or whatever his name is. I bet you they gave him a crap ton of money to come to Alabama.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna run him out of town, bro.
They're gonna have to pay some $80 million buyout to run this guy out of town because he's gonna end up losing 3 games this year.
You got to hear my Alabama buddy, man. It's ridiculous how spoiled they are anyway. But they're losing their minds. They can't believe they lost 2 games. Like what in the world's
Well,
going on?
there's a good chance they're gonna end up with 3 losses.
The sky is falling, man. They what? Hey, whoa.
Well, what do you
Maybe this guy ain't the right guy.
They're not even going to make. All right, they get one more loss. Say LSU beats them, right? They're not making the college football playoff. Okay, they're going to have to go to like the Belt Bowl or something like that. Something
The
Alabama. they won't even get like 11 guys to show up for the Belk Bowl. You know, all their guys will be like, "No, coach, I'm gonna set this one out. I'm thinking about
Uh,
going to the NFL or the transfer portal or whatever."
they probably all opt out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these bowl games, if it's not a college football playoff game, all these bowl games are pretty much going to suck because guys that are getting ready to go to the NFL or guys that are getting ready to go into the transfer portal to go somewhere else are not going to play in some crappy bowl.
Mm. Yeah. Matt says OU wins by 2 TDs.
Well, I hope for your sake he's right.
I hope so too. Well, you're saying too. You picked them too.
Well, no, I'm saying you're the one. It's your school that's going to have to pay $44 million to get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get rid of Sam Pittman for like a case of beer and some beef jerky, I think we don't have much of a buyout at all.
He's got a pretty good one too. I forget, it's like 22 million or something like that.
What?
But
He only
what they're
makes like he
what they're
only
going to
makes.
do though with him though is that he's going to retire. That's how they'll get rid of him. They won't fire him. He'll be like, he's already said like when he's done, like this is the last job he'll ever have. Like he's going to retire. And so when they, okay, Sam, we're going to fire you, he'll retire. That's what I have.
What I think is hilarious is that if you look at any of the message boards or anything like that, they all want rid of Sam. Let's get rid of
Oh
Sam.
yeah.
Let's get rid
Oh,
of Sam. Let's get rid of Sam. It would, to me, I would find it hilarious. Okay, I don't think it's possible. Let's get that through automatically, but it would be hilarious if he won these last three ball games and ended up 8-4, and the university would not get rid of him at 8-4, especially after you beat Tennessee and you beat Texas in the same year. No, they're not getting rid of Sam. And all these people on the message board is going to be pissed off for a whole nother year
yep.
wanting rid of Sam Pittman.
Yeah. They've been pissed off for a couple of years already. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Give me 22 million. I'll go retire too.
It's like
That's true.
you know, OU goes 6-7, right? Then they
Hmm.
go 10-3, and this year they're probably going to go like 6-7 again.
It's
For
very likely.
44 million to buy this guy out. You already fired the offensive coordinator because apparently your head coach didn't know that your offensive coordinator sucked at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Okay, man. Here it is. They've got 3 games. They've got 3 games left.
OU?
Yeah.
Okay.
Missouri,
I think they win Missouri. Okay.
Alabama,
Okay.
LSU.
So they're gonna go 6-7. So
They're
he's gonna go
probably, yeah.
he's gonna go 6-7, 10-3, and six and
He
seven.
he may go 5-8.
Let's you know what they ought to do
Mm.
instead of buying him out, they should probably give him a contract extension. Is what they should probably do. They should probably give him a contract
They
extension.
probably will. Oh my gosh.
They'll probably fire him and he'll end up at Arkansas coaching for me. That's probably what'll happen.
Well, when you root for both teams, is you don't want coaches going back and forth because that's horrible. I don't
No.
know, crappy coach going to my other team, make them crappy.
That's my biggest problem about getting rid of Sam is what are you gonna do? Who are you
Oh
gonna go
man,
get?
I've heard so
I
many
don't
names.
I don't want somebody that's only got like a year or two under his belt. Like the year or two under his belt, he's been doing good, but that's like all he's got. I want somebody who's been somewhere and been there for a while and does well. That's what I want a Calipari for my football team. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, they don't grow those on trees, unfortunately.
Well, I never thought Cal would come to Arkansas, so
That's
you
true.
know, I don't
This is
know.
true.
I don't know.
I'm not buying that. And if that's the case, I freaking hope not, dude. You can't, Bob. If you're talking about Bobby Petrino, if you're talking about him or T. Will, but let's go Bobby first. He sucked as a head coach since 2012. ever since he got in trouble, lost his job, he sucked as a head coach. And he don't want to do that anyway. He said that multiple times. He didn't want to have to deal with the money and the nil and all that stuff. He just wants to show up and coach. So I don't want him.
Well, if you're talking about T. Will, I mean, sorry, but he's not consistent enough, and he doesn't have enough time under his belt somewhere.
Yeah,
He's too young. It's not what I want, and I don't
I know.
want Bobby F and Petrino. I don't even want Bobby F and Petrino as my offensive coordinator. I sure as heck don't want him as my head coach.
What's wrong with the offensive coordinator?
Have you watched the games this year?
It's not because he ain't dialing up plays. Have you seen
Ever
our execution?
He's the one that went and got the guy from Boise State.
It don't matter.
He's the one who can't put together an offensive line.
He's the one that can't. If you have to do this running wide open down the middle of the field
and can't catch it,
that guy can't catch either.
What makes Bobby Petrino so great? He's the one that's saying that.
You said offensive coordinator. You didn't say recruiter.
Oh my gosh, you got to be a little bit of both, don't you? He went all the way to Boise to get Taylor.
He's usually a pretty good recruiter too. I mean,
he goes all the way. He goes all the way to Boise to get Taylor Green. Brings him in, sells out on Taylor Green. Singleton gets in for half a game and looks 10 times better than Taylor Green did.
Well, go look at NCAA total yards for the year.
Yeah, big whoop. Go and look at turnovers for the year.
That's not his fault though. You can't blame him for fumbles and
can't teach your kids high and tight.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, man. Details matter.
I know they matter, but I mean he's dialing it up though. He's not dialing up plays.
Bobby's whole job is to do the X's and O's, and that's it. He's done with it. He doesn't do anything else. He just draws the play up.
What do you want him to do? He can't run out there and catch it. He can't throw it. He can't catch it. He can't run it.
Neither can any of his players.
Well, no, what do you want him to do? What the fuck you want him to do? You replace him, they don't catch any better, or run any better, or throw any better.
Well, you got
to replace all the players.
You replace Sam, and the same thing happens, and you can't wait to get rid of his ass.
Oh, Sam.
It's amazing. Sam, it's okay if we fire Sam and get rid of him. Don't get rid of Bobby. Oh, Bobby, who can't.
Sam's an idiot, though, and he proves it all the time by doing stupid shit. Like he'll do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
how do you not know? You're the freaking head coach. How do you not know?
Yeah, he's always doing stupid stuff, like getting in an affair with his,
Oh gosh.
And then
I don't know. I'm not gonna argue.
Taking a motorcycle accident, starting a dumpster fire in Arkansas that burned for 10 years, and then we brought him back to put it out. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I didn't want to know we were talking about morals, because if you want to talk morals, Sam's your man.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't hang out with the guy.
No, he's got better than Bobby P, apparently. But we're talking about coaching.
If we're talking about coaching, I don't want Bobby Petrino as my head coach.
I don't want him as head coach either.
I don't want him as my offensive coordinator, but I'm stuck with him. I'll take him as my offensive coordinator.
I keep him as an O-card coordinator.
But you can have the greatest offensive coordinator in the world, but if you can't get the recruits, then what the heck does it matter, man? I can draw up plays that they can screw up. Why are we paying Bobby all this money when we could pay, some idiot who only knows X's and O's to come in and draw up plays that they don't execute? Who's in charge of the execution? Who's in charge of the fundamentals?
They have position coaches for like every position.
Well, you need to fire them guys. They suck, because I watched a secondary that didn't even know how to stay behind the deepest man on the field. In 3 deep, didn't know how to stay behind the deepest man on the field. Twice in a row.
It was pretty pitiful.
I'm just saying, when you look at the games that we've lost, and you look at, the direction that the team's going, I don't. You might as well just fire from top to bottom because ain't nobody doing their job apparently because we
Mm.
can't do nothing right.
Mm.
Now the games that we do play, we hold on to the ball. We actually look decent, but that wasn't even going to help us against Ole Miss. We lost the turnover battle, but it didn't matter anyway because Ole Miss, we couldn't stop them off. We couldn't stop them defensively. It
Yeah.
was like us against Sylvan Hills. They just threw over the top. We were dead in the water. Nothing we could do about it.
Yeah. I didn't get to see it, but it looked rough.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But then he brings in Singleton in the second half. And I'm not saying Singleton should be our starter, but it should definitely put a fire under Taylon's butt that Singleton came in there and moved them down the field, and they looked a lot better with Singleton in there. He gets the ball out of his hand quicker. He makes decisions quicker. He's because of the injury, he's more explosive when he runs. I mean, I like Taylon, but dadgum, he's not Lamar Jackson. Okay, he ain't ever going to be Lamar Jackson. There was one. There was one Lamar Jackson. Okay, that was it.
Hey, never forget.
Yeah,
Never forget.
and I still think we can win a couple. I think we can beat La Tech. I think we could probably beat Missouri. I don't think we got a chance in the heck against Texas, but I didn't think we had a chance against Tennessee either. So I don't know.
We might be La Tech, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
We're just going to end up going to a bowl that none of our players are going to play in.
All right, man. Well, that's our picks. I think that's everybody. Yep, that's everybody. Let me hit save on this right quick. Doo-doo-doo. Anything else about these games or college football or anything else you want to cry and complain about for a little bit? Hey, man, here, this is what Matt said. I think he meant Tuck. Needs to take his Xanax nap.
I don't understand the reasoning behind a lot of stuff. Like, you knew what you were getting this year with Sam Pittman. It's the same Sam Pittman that you got last year. It's the same Sam Pittman you got the year before that. Sam Pittman doesn't change. You knew what you were getting coming in. The only thing that changed was Bobby effing Petrino. Okay. Yeah. And we didn't get no better.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yes, we sucked last year. We sucked this year. We would not suck as bad as last year.
We had one year when we won all the trophies and we won like 8 ball games. We didn't have Bobby P then.
Last year was, yeah, dude.
I'm just saying, we're not world beaters. We're not going to be in the college football playoff. We're not going to get to go to some awesome bowl or anything like that. We're the same team that we were last year with a couple of extra wins. That's it. That's it. Yeah. That's all Bobby got you.
Pretty much.
So I just don't, if you fire Sam and you fire Bobby and you fire T-Will and you fire all the staff and you bring in all new staff and you bring in all new kids and you start over from scratch, guess what? We're going to win 4 or 5 ball games next year and we're going to suck. And everybody's going to be like, oh, we'll give this coach a little bit of time. It takes time to build. And then year 3, we're going to run his ass off and bring in somebody else. It gets old after a while.
Yeah. People say the same thing about Bobby this year, that it takes 2 or 3 years. I've heard DJ say it takes 2 or 3 years before everybody knows the offense.
That seems crazy to me because you don't even get a kid for 2 or 3 years anymore.
This is true.
If you can't,
he's going to have to change the way he coaches probably then.
He can't. That's my point.
Okay.
If you've watched first halves and second halves, we don't change anything. We do the exact same crap we did in the first half that didn't work. We do it in the second half that doesn't work.
Get your Kool-Aid glass. I'm the negative one on Arkansas. Get your Kool-Aid glass back out and start drinking it and stop bitching because you're the one that thinks they're going to win a couple games. They might win. They're not that bad. All that shit. I'm the one that said fire Sam. I'm the one that said they suck. You're down the suck. They suck train.
No, I'm just being a realist, okay? I'm being a realist. When we started out the season, okay, I didn't expect to beat Tennessee. I didn't expect to beat Ole Miss. I didn't expect to beat Texas. I didn't expect to win any of those games. All right. So
Yep.
he's already exceeded my expectations because we beat Tennessee. Okay.
That's true.
All right. We got 3 games left. Texas, I think they're going to romp the living crap out of us. Okay.
Probably.
Even with a week bye, and we get to prepare for them. I love that. Oh, Bobby's going to get 2 weeks. Oh, Bobby's got 2 weeks to get it together for Texas. He'll have a game plan. It don't matter if his kids can't execute it. But then we got La Tech and Missouri. I think both of those are winnable games, and we could end up, with 7 wins. More likely, we end up with 6 wins. All right.
Maybe.
And there's this crazy, because it's football and crazy things happen. There's this crazy thought that we could win 3 ball games. That would put us at 8-4, which is what I predicted at the beginning of the season. But I just don't see us getting past Texas. Not the way we played against Ole Miss. Ole Miss, I did not expect the ass whooping that we got from Ole Miss. Like, if we lost to Ole Miss, I could kind of understand it. Ole Miss got good firepower and all that. But I expected it to be a close ball game, like us and Ole Miss usually play each other. No, they just come out and throttled us. So that does not give me a lot of confidence for Texas. Okay.
No.
So, and Missouri's beat up right now, and La Tech is La Tech. So I do think the last 2 games are winnable.
Well, I think we were predicted like 3-9 or something at the beginning of the year, so we've overachieved.
Oh yeah. So we should fire Sam. I mean, oh my gosh, the guy's won 3 more ball games than he was supposed to. So we probably should fire
6, not 10, not 9, not 8, 6.
Possibly 7.
Maybe 5.
Yeah, it's possible. It is possible.
Yeah. I mean, they need to replace him.
Whatever.
He needs to retire and go home.
It don't matter. Replace him with whoever you want in your mind.
I'm not saying they're going to be good next year. That isn't. I'm not saying
they're not going to be good 2 years from now. They're not going to be good 3 years from now. They're Arkansas.
Well, then why are you a fan? You make no sense. You don't make any sense. They suck. They're always going to suck. Then why are you root for them?
I'm not really a huge Razorback football fan. I watch them every year. I root for them every year. But I'm more of an Arkansas fan when it comes to basketball, when it comes to baseball, stuff like that.
Boy.
I would love to be good in football. And every once in a while, we have a year where we win 8, 9 games. But that's about it, man. We had 1 year when Bobby was the head coach and we had Mallet. We won 10 ball games. We got a BCS game. Oh, we thought we were just hot shit. And then Bobby got on his motorcycle and it was all over.
Yep.
So I don't see it. Arkansas at their best is an 8, 9 win team on their good years. On most years, they are a bowl eligible 7 win team.
So you think no matter what, never, ever, Arkansas will never win a national championship. They'll never even make the playoff.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It would be really difficult when you got Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Ole Miss, LSU, Auburn. They're all in your conference. It's kind of hard to think that 1 year you're going to be top of the league. Kind of hard to think that, man. Especially when you get into NIL money and how much we spend compared to like how much Ole Miss spends or how much Ohio State spends or how much some of these other teams spend. We don't spend that kind of money. So unless something huge happens, like Mr. Tyson gives us $1 billion in NIL money, I just don't see us ever being that. We might make the college football playoff one year when they expand it to 16 teams, and we'll get knocked out in the first round. But hey, we made it.
Gosh, you're the worst fan ever. Golly.
I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist.
Man, you gotta
I'm
have hope
40.
in your team. Like, at
I'm
the
40.
beginning of every year, we're going undefeated. Every year, we're going undefeated. That's how I think. And then we lose one, I'm like, "Oh, hell.
Well, I think.
Here we go again."
Well, then you're the idiot because you're 48
I'm,
years old.
I have
You're
hope.
you're
That
48
was
years old.
Arkansas. I was more thinking about Oklahoma, not Arkansas, because I don't have a lot of high hopes with their football team ever. But
That's what I'm saying. I'm 48 years old. How many times has it happened in my life? It happened one time in basketball. One time. That's it. Unless you want to talk about track. Oh man, we kill it in track. We're national champs in track like 20 years in a row, something like that.
I think you need to find you a new team to root for. Find you somebody that wins.
I'm not a bandwagoner.
No, you're just gonna wallow in your pity and complain.
I'm not the one who complains. You're the one who went on a 10-minute rant about how bad Sam Pittman sucks yesterday, okay?
Well,
I'm just if I can't do the job better than somebody else, then I'm not going to complain about how they're doing it. And I couldn't be the head football coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Number one, I would end up punching a referee in the face at some point. I don't have the temperament to be on the sideline.
Yeah.
Number two is who wants that job? I think head coach job, especially in college, sucks, man. You get your butt whooped, and then you got to go listen to the same question asked to you 18 different ways. You got to deal with media. You got to deal with moms and dads. You got to deal with all that crap. Now you have to deal with NIL money. That is a job that I am not interested in at all.
Yeah, it's more like a CEO these days than a.
It really is.
It really is. I mean, like, honestly, how much does he actually get to coach? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and not only that, but like you talk about Bobby P moving up to be head coach, or Matt brought it up. Well, he's going to be your head coach and your offensive coordinator. He's probably going to hire an offensive coordinator. So Bobby P's not even going to be running your offense anymore. You're going to be running his style of offense, but you're not going to be running Bobby's offense anymore.
I don't know. You could be like Jimbo and be the head coach and the
yeah, that worked out well for him last time, didn't it?
Yeah. All that money he spent on that team didn't do nothing.
And I don't think it's a very appealing job. I just don't see there's not a lot of there's history there, but there's not a lot of winning history there. And you're not going to get somebody to come in and leave a winning program, which is what you need. You need somebody who's a winner. It's going to be hard to get somebody who's at a winning program to come to your non-winning program. Money makes people do crazy stuff. I mean, you throw enough money out there.
Yeah.
Throw in one of them $44 million buyouts.
All right. Well, moving on here. I got No Shave November. If nobody's noticed, we're a bunch of clean shaven baby faces around here. I got some stuff going on now.
Yeah, it's coming back really gray too. This is going to be like a lot grayer than it was when I cut it off.
I know I'm gray as can be. I know it's gonna be horrible, but looking pretty baby face right now. But yeah, bringing awareness to prostate cancer. No Shave November. Join in with us and grow your hair out.
Yeah, we're raising awareness for prostate cancer. So go out and get your prostate checked. Like, don't just grow facial hair. You need to get your prostate checked.
Yeah, no. I thought if you had facial hair, that didn't matter.
I don't know.
Oh, no. Now go get checked out. I'm just kidding. Everybody gets checked out. It's super, super simple, super easy. It's not as evasive as you think. You don't have to go in there for the woo woo woo. It's not like that these days.
What?
Yeah, go get checked out.
What do you mean it's not like that these days?
Well, I don't know what doctor you went to, but
That's how the doctor did mine. You mean he wasn't supposed to do that?
no, he was not supposed to do that.
Now that I think about it, it was kind of weird he did it in the waiting room too.
Oh, shit. I think you got a lawsuit on your hand, my friend. I think you got a serious lawsuit on your hand. Oh, anyway, yeah, No Shave November. Yeah, go get checked out. For real.
And don't forget about our mental health. Mental health is, everybody struggles with mental health. If you're feeling,
if you can't tell by watching this show, yeah, it's the people out there struggling with their mental health for sure.
Yeah, I'm not struggling with my mental health. I got it together.
I think we both struggling.
But if you are struggling, you think about hurting yourself or hurting somebody else, like that guy over there, then just call 988. They'll talk to you. They'll text with you. They'll video chat with you. They'll talk to you in a couple different languages. If you speak a couple different languages, I mean, they're not going to talk to you in it if you don't speak that language.
You might if you call the Spanish line. You got to be careful. You don't want the Nueve Ocho Ocho. You want 988.
You call 988, 1-800-SUICIDE, get you there too. And, if you know somebody who's struggling or if you, kind of a loner, an outcast, just say hi to them, ask them how it's going. It could make a world of difference. Don't do life alone.
Absolutely. Don't do life alone out there, people. Well, Tuck, I'm going to go vote.
All right. Good for you. I did it yesterday.
So I'm going to get out of here and get down there before they close. Hopefully the line's not crazy, which I'm sure it is because there's a million procrastinators just like me out there waiting to get in line. So I'm sure it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So enjoy your Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
I will enjoy mine.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later and
yeah.
Go vote, man. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.